This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Yeah! A little bit of Rammstein to start the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday Night Freedom. My name is Kaz. Up there is Pookie, and this is Friday Night Freedom. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and hanging out with us. We're going to have a good time tonight. Got lots to talk about. I might not get to it all, but I'm glad you're here to hear it and to participate. And just thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Had a little bit of a little dust bunny floating around there. Maybe I need to dust or something. Oh, a little floaty going around. Maybe I'm seeing things. I don't know. So what's going on, everybody? Today's June 24th, 2022, and we are here. Oh, that's a bug. That's a bug. I'm gonna kill that. Oh, come on, where is he? Yeah, I had the door open earlier. I had carry some stuff outside, so I propped the door open and I'm carrying stuff outside, and I came inside and a fly decided to come in, and I murdered the shit out of him. But I got this little itty bitty pecker net. I don't know where he's I don't know where he is.
What'd you call him?
Pecker gnat. He's like those little dogs or those little bugs that fly around a dog's pecker. It's a pecker gnat.
Never heard it called that before. Oh, that's a good start.
Well, welcome everybody. David Chamberlain's like drugs good. Oh man, what's going on?
You're on right now, man.
I'm so glad it's Friday, man. We had a really good week. It's been hot. It's just really been hot. So I'm just glad to have nothing to do. I got up on the roof today, did a little bit more work, got down, was talking to the neighbor lady and her dog. Her dog and I get along really, really well, but he doesn't like it when I'm on the roof. He just goes ballistic. He's a Bichon Frise, and he just goes nuts in the backyard. Because I guess I'm not supposed to be there. Humans aren't supposed to be way up there. So that was kind of cool. It was early in the morning too, and he was out 6:30. So he's talking to me, telling me good morning and stuff.
We need a counter now.
A counter for a fly count, a body count for bugs. Ding, a little with a little sound effect. Ding. I think I'm good. Well, it's like those gnats, like you throw a banana in the trash can or something and you don't empty it out, those little gnats.
Oh, the fruit flies.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Pecker gnats, fruit flies, whatever.
I've got a special trap that I've built for them, and it works amazing.
Is it electric?
No, you take a little shot glass, some of that saran wrap or cling wrap or whatever it is, take a little rubber band, so it's tight, like taunt. You take a toothpick and you poke a couple holes in it, tiny little holes, and you set it by your drain, usually, your kitchen.
What do you put in it? What do you put it?
I put apple cider vinegar in there.
Oh, okay.
And they just crawl in there and die. I don't know what it is about apple cider vinegar that drives them nuts. I guess it replicates rotten fruit or something like that. But there'll be like 150 flies in there every night. So, and then you gotta boil water and pour it down your drain. Especially if you live in the South this time of year, you pour it down your drain at least once or twice. Once or twice a week. That kills the larvae.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they come in from the sewer, and they lay in your pea traps. They lay on one side, and then that's how they get up into your house at that point.
They kind of like swim down to the other side of the pea trap, and then they're born, and then
they come up through your pea trap. Yeah. So just if you pour bleach down there or boiling water, it'll help reduce that. I found that trick out down in Florida when I was living in Florida for the year and a half I would live down there. But
I'm usually I hate bugs. I just don't like bugs in my house. Flies, I think of everything just pisses me off. I just hate them because they're elusive. And you're like, how did you you want to torture them and question them. How did you get in?
It's like being in a Florida room down in Florida, it's a screen. It's just a screened in room or whatever it is. And you're just minding your own business. And you're like dozing off, watching TV or whatever.
And then you hear,
and all of a sudden, yeah, and they land right on it. Like you're just like, oh, it's horrible.
I think, and it's just like it's as bad as hearing a mosquito. That
yes. But them crawling on you is the worst feeling on the planet, I think.
Because you know what? Sometime during their life, they were crawling on a dog turd somewhere, and that's just ooky. Yeah. That's ooky. Yeah. So next week we have a guest. We're going to be talking to Carl Whalen from Back the Heroes Rumble. He's going to be on to talk about his car show that is coming up in August, and he's going to talk about the service members that he is going to be honoring during that car show. So he's going to be on next week. I know we have a couple of other guests coming up. Not us, but the station as a whole. I think CQ's got a big dog coming from Full Metal Jacket. One of the actors from the dude in the Huey shooting everybody, and the guy's like, how do you shoot all those women and children? He's like, it's easy, you just don't lead them as much. That guy. His name's Mother. So he's going to be on. I don't know what the dates were. I didn't see it in our little information email. So he's coming up. So that's pretty cool. So if you notice, I'm wearing a St. St. Javelin shirt. I wear it from time to time, and I've gotten messages like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt? I like that shirt. Why do you have that shirt?" So I'm gonna. Yes, Christopher Measle, not Animal Mother. Is that his name? His character's name? I have no idea.
No, Animal Mother was the M60 gunner that was with the group, I think. Like near the end of the movie.
Okay, my mistake. So if you notice, I'm wearing a St. Javelin t-shirt. The reason I have this shirt is because I wanted to donate it to a cause that helped Ukraine, but I didn't want my donation to go into some pot where it just gets gobbled up, covering salaries and costs and things not associated with Ukraine relief. We love St. Javelin so much that we had its creator, Christian Boris, on the show back in March. From time to time, we hear back from Christian. In his latest message, he says that in the last 3 months we've built. Well, he gets all these emails, and he had this little screen cap. He says, "I want to purchase." Someone asked him a question. "I want to purchase a St. Javelin something, but I really want to know if the money is not just going into the company, but also supporting Ukraine and its military. Let me please know how the money is being used because I want to help Ukraine." And he responded, "Glad you asked," and he released this statement. He said, "In the last 3 months, we've built an incredible community here at St. Javelin that supports Ukraine and believes in its bright future. People rightfully ask, where does the money go?" Christian responds, "In March, we donated $500,000 to an organization called Help Us Help. We were able to provide evacuation and relocation assistance to Ukrainians in need, deliver humanitarian and medical supplies, support orphans and children with disabilities, and provide psychological support to families of Ukrainian defenders. Since the start of the war, the Ukrainian Red Cross has sent over 5,400 tons of humanitarian cargo. The Red Cross logistical centers receive, sort, assemble, and send out these supplies to areas in need. St. Javelin has donated $12,500 towards these efforts." St. Javelin responded to the request of Ukrainian defenders, and they bought them 4 trucks. So yeah, when you go onto St. Javelin, if you go to stjavelin.com, you can see. Whoopsies, that's not it. You can go and see. I had these pictures all set up. So if you go to St. Javelin website, you can see. It's a really cool website. It's very well maintained. Clothing, you can get t-shirts, hats, tank tops, hoodies, sweaters, other shirts, youth sizes, adult sizes, everything. They got stickers, flags, patches, mugs, posters, and everything. All the profits, all the net profits go to Ukraine. So St. Javelin, they raise a lot of money for Ukraine, and I've always been very skeptical of people that are collecting money for causes, and you can be certain that when you buy something from stjavelin.com, that the money that you spend is absolutely getting to a worthy cause. The product page does have a lot of items, and just go to stjavelin.com and you can check them out. So no, he's not a paid sponsor. I just thought that I would answer some questions that I've had thrown to me, like, "Hey, where did you get that shirt? Why do you have that shirt?" So yeah. That's where I'm at with that shirt. So check them out. What's up, Elizabeth? Jim, David, Branco's here. Heath, what's going on, everybody? So, hey, did you were you up early this morning before the sun, or do you sleep in a little bit?
No, I normally sleep in through the day. It gets too hot during the mornings around here to do anything, so I sleep through the morning.
Just maybe go outside a little bit later. No, we had an interesting celestial occurrence that happened today. So we if you looked east about 50 minutes, about an hour to 50 minutes before sunrise, there was a super awesome planetary alignment. You could see with the naked eye Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn with the naked eye. They were all kind of lined up all pretty in a row. So that was pretty cool. I got to see part of that because there was a big honking tree in the way. when I was on the roof this morning. So that was kind of cool.
I wish I would have known about that because I would have probably woken up to see it. Because I know I stayed up for that eclipse, the eclipse that happened, the full eclipse that happened on the moon just recently, and that was actually a pretty cool spectacle to watch.
Well, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Well, you see, the last time that happened was in 2004, and it's going to happen again in 2041. So you got to stick around long enough to see this shit. That seems like such a long time away, but it's like 19 years.
Another 19 years.
Okay, I'm seeing a lot of anuses in the chats, and I looked up how do you say this? How do you say Uranus? And there are two acceptable pronunciations of the planet Uranus. You can say Uranus, or you can say Uranus. Yes. I say Uranus because I am 6 years old and I think it's funny.
Yes.
So hopefully in 2041, everyone will be able to see it. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool because you can pick it out. You're like, dun, 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 dun. I saw like 3 of them. I probably saw Jupiter, Neptune, and Saturn because Mars, Uranus, Venus, and Mercury were obscured by the tree that's in my way.
I remember the Christmas star that they had. What was it last year?
Was it super huge?
It was it's when Jupiter and Saturn like coalesce over top of each other.
Oh, and like probably super bright.
And boom. And I was like, I remember seeing it, like I didn't know what was going on in the sky. I looked up at the sky, I was like, man, I just never seen that before. And I had to go up and look, and it was just like days before they were like full blown, you know, like before they split up again. And I was like, that's the brightest star I've ever seen in the sky. What star is that? You know, and I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. They call it the Christmas star. It only happens every 400 years, so I guess I got to see something cool, you know.
Have you seen Don't Look Up on Netflix?
Oh, dear Lord. That movie gave me anxiety to no extent.
Really? I thought it was funny. It was just
funny, but the whole time I had anxiety because it's like, this is how our government would treat some shit like this. Like, I was like, no doubt. No. Hey, there's a comet coming, and it's going to destroy us unless we do something about it. You've got 2 years to figure it out. They're like down the last 30 days, like, yeah, we're going to try and collect the ores off of it. And like,
there's minerals. There's oil on that comet. We're going to drill for oil.
They took our germs.
I liked it. I thought it was just well put together. What was the female actor's name?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, her haircut was a little bit off-putting, but I thought she was just funny as hell. It was so good. It was just so good. It was so bad and it was so good at the same time.
No, I love the movie, but the whole time I had anxiety. You know, like I said, it was like, this would happen today. This would happen.
Why would he charge us for snacks? It's just the whole movie is just great.
The whole movie, like she sat there the whole movie. The world's about to end, and she's still trying to figure out why the general charged.
No, these are free. It appears as though my communications computer has decided to shit the bed. So we're going to get Pookie back here in just a little bit. And when he comes back, we're going to talk about some guns and stuff. I don't know why that thing shut down. I didn't press any buttons. I didn't do anything. But we're going to have him back up here in just a second here. Let me log back in. This is one of the benefits of having solid state drive is the computer boots up really, really fast. Oops. Also helps if you put in the right password. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got Pookie's. He's in communication, and we're going to get him to call back in just a second. Let me just launch that dude. Type in that. And look at that. I love the little technical issues, but the thing is, at least my buttons are not muted. All right, he should be calling. There he is. 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 What's going on, man? Hey, that wasn't you. That was me.
Oh, okay. I was like, my internet's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, when I was doing kicking it with Kaz, and every once in a while my broadcast or my machine would just go. Well, it went. So
okay.
So we're back. Hey, what's up, Pop?
What's up? Okay. All righty.
Okay. All right. Hey, we got a call here. I wonder who this is. Let's find out. Hey, WTF Nation Radio, you are on the air. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? How can we help you? You are on the air.
Hey, let's talk a little more about this Ukraine war thing. What does everybody think about the Russians sticking Ukrainians in for their troops now?
I think that this has gone long. It's gone a very long time. I think it's gone a whole lot longer than people thought it would. I don't think that the Russians expected Ukraine to put up such a fight. It's hard to gauge, how long it will last.
I heard a topic the other day. This book writer was saying that Russia was on the verge of not having any people for their army, and this is why they started the war. What do you think? So they can take their better troops, make better troops for their Russians.
Oh, so they would take over Ukraine and then take their troops? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, come out and pick the finest of the finest and convert them to the Russians.
I don't know. You can't. You can't just take soldiers and say, "Okay, now you need to pledge your allegiance to me."
Taking them way.
I mean, if these
if
these pesky Canadians invaded the United States and took us over, and then they said, "Okay, United States military, you're ours now," I think they'd have a super bad day.
Yeah, I think they would too. I don't know if they could cross the border with the COVID.
But yeah, I don't think. I don't know. I can't put myself in Putin's mind and say, this is why. He said why. He said he's doing that to stop fascism and to kill Nazis. But everyone knows that's crap.
Huh, he's fascism, isn't he?
Well, not according to him. I think he's a little bit nuts.
Oh, yeah, Hitler Jr., maybe?
Maybe. I'm not sure if he's into the genocidal thing, but he's just, I think he's a territory thing, man. They've got a big shipping port. If he takes over Ukraine and Moldova, he's got some water down there. So, it's just it's all a war over land.
Oh, yeah. And then it's camouflage, a couple other things. But I thought I'd just call and see what anybody else thought out there. Maybe I'll make some other comments, too.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Love getting callers. So, yeah, we're talking about the planetary alignment. I guess we're done with that. So, the legislature has been busy this week.
It's been the Supreme Court, you mean?
Well, I guess we'll talk about the legislature first. I mean, because we're talking about guns. They're going to take our guns. So Washington politicians had a busy week this week. A gun control bill is on the way to President Biden's desk for him to sign. There's a lot of pro-Second Amendment people that are not happy. There are a lot of gun control people out there going, they didn't go far enough. So what will this bill do? Let's talk about the bill. $750 million in grants meant to encourage states to create so-called red flag laws that would allow law enforcement and other entities
to petition a court to remove guns from a person's that are deemed to be a threat to themselves or others. The bill would expand background checks for prospective gun buyers between the ages of 18 and 21. Expansion of an existing law. This one I kind of support. No, I do support. You can't kind of support it. I do support it. Expansion of existing laws that prevents people convicted of domestic abuse from owning a gun is what the rule is, but it's been expanded to include dating partners rather than just spouses and ex-spouses. And they defined dating relationship as a relationship between individuals who have recently had a continuing serious relation of a romantic and intimate nature. So yeah, you get a crazy boyfriend, crazy girlfriend, or whatever. This provides protection for the other person in that party. I support that. New penalties for people who illegally buy a gun for another person, known as a straw purchase. 15 years for making the illegal purchase, and 25 years if the gun was used in a felony, terrorism, or trafficking. It said trafficking. I don't know, drug trafficking, human trafficking, trafficking in general, driving in traffic. Not completely sure. They just said trafficking. So what do you think so far?
I don't agree with any of it.
You don't? None of it?
Nope.
Okay.
All of it's unconstitutional.
Red flag laws.
Nope.
I don't like that because anybody can say this is a red flag and then get a judge to sign off on it, yes. And that's a very, very, very slippery slope.
And they got the bill set up for, I believe you said $750 million, kind of like a broad scope, kind of like here's $750 million to address red flag laws and mental health, and there's no actual person that's going to. So that's just, it's money to just spend, just, you know, like, all right, we'll never see that again. The boyfriend loop, the one you were talking about, loophole, I kind of agree with that. I'm kind of torn on the whole, like, especially because I'm like such a avid 2A guy, where it's like it says shall not be infringed. That means no law shall infringe that, right? No. Even felons being able to possess firearms. I go to the extreme with that. Like, okay, if they go on a street and buy a handgun, they're gonna do it.
I've seen the meme, and you've probably seen it too, of the guy that goes, "Yeah, I just broke into this house and stole a bunch of guns," and he's on the phone. He's talking to like the FBI or whatever. He's like, "I need to go through a background check so I can have these legally."
Yes, exactly.
Yes, shit that'll never happen.
It cracks me up, but I mean, it's like the meme where it's like, this is how gun control works. There's a weird gate with the road or whatever it is, but there's no fences around the gate. And there's a visible path going around both sides of it where people just go, well, screw it, and they drive around this gate because there's nothing else stopping it at that point.
There's plenty of ways to get around.
It's just the ghost guns. They're mythical ghost guns they keep talking about. And it's just like, it's just.
There was no mention. There was no mention about ghost guns. They were talking about straw purchases.
The straw purchases. I mean, they happen on a daily in Chicago on the streets.
Oh yeah,
legal firearms.
Oh, definitely.
So I mean, that's not stopping nothing.
So and here's where it just seems like, after reading all of this, it just seems like the government decided to throw a bunch of money at this and not really do anything. They just threw a bunch of money at things, and they're just hoping things get better. Because the rest of this is all about money. Creation of a federal clearinghouse on school safety standards. What does that mean? There was no information. $1.05 billion for school improvement programs intended to increase attendance and engagement in schools and community learning centers. $1 billion for safe schools and citizenship in education, with $500 million for school-based mental health grants and $500 million for mental health professional development. $28 million for school-based trauma support. $600 million for various mental health provisions. There was just like several line items underneath that. I agree that we need to invest more into the mental health of people that need it. I'm really sitting here thinking that this is a gun bill that they just decided to throw money at.
That's yeah, exactly. That's what it boils down to. It's like the whole take it back a month or so ago when there was that whole crisis with I don't know if it's still going on or not because the media hasn't really been talking about it, but the baby formula shortage.
Yeah.
And they throw this bill out there to be like, oh, we're going to solve the problem. But the bill just pretty much says, hey, we're going to throw, I can't remember the actual dollar value to it, but we're going to send X amount of money to the FDA. And that was the gist of it. That didn't solve anything. The FDA caused the problem in the first place. So, I mean, all they're doing is just like, let's throw money at it to make it look like we're trying to fix the problem, but all we're doing is aspirating, whatever the fucking word is. But no.
The thing is, none of these things on this list would have prevented the shooting in Uvalde.
Exactly.
None of them.
The red flag laws freak me out more than anything. That's what freaks me out. Because Karen down the road could look at me and be like, he's wearing a weird hat that has the partial skull on there. And I read that
he's an extremist. He's an extremist.
Yeah. I like Marvel comic books. All of a sudden now I'm an extremist. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. That's how red flag laws work. Huh?
I mean, and everyone thinks, and I do too, that it's just like, okay, common sense is going to prevail. Pookie, there's that damn gnat again. Pookie wearing that hat. Someone's got to create a report, and then it's got to go in front of a judge, and the judge has got to sign off on it. Die! Oh, got him.
That's two.
Got him. Ooh, I'm going to show everybody the body here. All right. There he is. All right. Yeah, you see him? Right there. There's the body. Right there. No Viking funeral for you. See ya. What was I saying?
Yep. Killing something about a gnat. Huh? I'm just reading the comments right now, and someone just threw some. I can't read. I don't understand what that means exactly. But
So this bill falls short of what President Biden wanted. Democrats said that this is a very important, and this is an important thing to pay attention to, is the statement from the Democrats that said that they quote. This is a quote. This is a very important incremental step towards more gun control. Democrats also promised further action on guns in the future. So this isn't the end. This is only the beginning. They're just, I mean, they're gonna go for military style semi-automatic weapons, magazine limits. Ooh, I must have an open window somewhere.
They keep coming at you.
There's a moth. I'm going to focus. This is the show here. But it's distracting. So it's only, I mean, it's incremental. It's incremental. They even said it's incremental. They're going to come for an AR-15. Come on. It's a semi-automatic rifle. It's, I guess, what, preferred? It's the preferred school shooting weapon or whatever. I don't get it. What's wrong with a lever action rifle or any of the many other semi-automatic rifles out there?
I mean, I'm really proficient with a bolt action rifle, and I can squeeze some rounds off with one pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, even being veterans and those, I mean, you do, magazine drills. Your magazine runs out, you drop it, you get another one, you load it, you rack around and continue. Some of us are very proficient at that. So it's not like it's not gonna solve anything. I think spending for mental health is probably a step in the right direction. New York is super bad about it, about caring for mental health. I don't know. I'm not involved in that. I'm not experienced in taking part in that kind of stuff. But so let's say you go to some mental health counseling at the VA. Does that mean that you're going to be on that red flag list?
See, that's another big issue I've had about this. Is that requires medical professionals to report to some sort of agency. Like, this guy's having nightmares at night, so that can flag him.
Yeah. It's not a good idea.
No, it's a horrible idea. The most I'm not going to say that. I mean, some of the most responsible. Some of the most responsible gun owners in the United States are veterans. We know how to handle firearms. We were trained on how to do it. Huh? Now, don't get me wrong. You got hillbilly redneck Exhibit 1 that's out there shooting himself in the foot in the middle of the night. You know, that's a different story. But
But I mean, I'm looking at a well-regulated militia being necessary to secure the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. You take that as it is written. And I've taken plenty of...
But it's that one comma in there that everyone has a problem with. The Oxford comma. Everyone has a problem with that.
What's wrong with the Oxford comma?
Apparently, that's where everyone says, let me read this. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the freedom of the state, comma. And that's where they stop. We don't need a militia anymore. That's where they start with their whole 2A argument. We don't need a militia anymore. We've got the government to protect us.
Let's all start a militia. We'll have the WTF militia with chapters in all 50 states. Does that mean
you'll get labeled as like the Proud Boys or the 3%ers? And, you know, just it'll go. You could go down that whole rabbit hole where every, you know, the Oath Keepers. Oh my God, they're Nazis. You know, like, well, there might be a Nazi in there once in a while, but I'm pretty sure they were pretty good about keeping that up. But you know, this is the media will spin you however you want to be spit at that point.
Musa Al-Zwani says a comma is still one sentence. It's just it's a pause. Take a breath. That's what that's for. It's just a pause. And then continue your statement. So I don't know. I think that there should be. I am a 2A guy. I think that if you are, I think training should be required. It would be good to have some kind of a, you know, gun safety training every couple of years. It doesn't hurt. Training is never a bad thing. Training is never a bad thing.
Switzerland.
Don't they issue guns?
Yes. They have a mandatory kind of, I would say it's a form of mandatory conscription where, boom, you get training. I don't know if it's like a basic training or something like that. But I don't know if you have to buy it or whatever. You have to buy it legally or they just give it to you. But every man in that country has a firearm. Man and woman has a firearm. And they're locked in gun safes and they're allowed to shoot the crap. And they're always making jokes like, hey, that's an American problem. We don't have that problem here. Because they all receive gun safety training at that point. Huh? Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, you know, they're one of the richest nations in the world. So they don't have like the whole... You know,
per capita, yeah. I mean, they're small, land wise, population wise. Because everyone's like, oh yeah, it's so great here. Really? Is it? You get a nation like the United States of America, 335 gajillion people, 335 million.
There. Bring up that topic. I want to see.
And we actually, you know, build things and do stuff. Take care of other nations. So the Supreme Court was also busy, and this is kind of the big story of the day. I got up when I paid attention to the news later this morning. Supreme Court finally flipped Roe v. Wade. They got it out. It's gone. Today, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, effectively ending abortion as a constitutionally protected right. The court found that both Roe and Casey were wrongly decided. So what they were saying is the Supreme Court back in the day made the wrong decision. It was argued, and it fell to the justices, and they decided to overturn that decision. The federal government has certain enumerated powers set up by the Constitution. The 10th Amendment to the Constitution says the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states, respectively, or to the people. There's a lot of information to unpack in the 213-page decision. 213 pages, man. There's a lot of words in there. And it's all legal gobbledygook and this, that, you know how lawyers talk. It's that.
Legalese, yeah.
Legalese. I mean, it's really, if you read it, it's very, it bends your mind. I mean, if you're not a legal person, if you're not a paralegal or in the legal field, it'll twist you sideways, and you almost have to flowchart things like, okay, this means this, and this means that, and that doesn't mean this.
It's just like reading Army regulations to a key at that point,
because
all the regulations are technically UCMJ at that point. So you just got to legalese through it, and I had to I had an NCO that forced me to read certain regs. He's like, you're gonna sit down there and read this crap so you understand. But I don't understand any of this. He's like, he would explain it to me, and as soon as I started, I was like, oh, this makes sense now. You know, I had to learn
Sergeant,
the whole language.
But Sergeant, I can't read.
Read that crap.
So in a nutshell, the decision will not end abortions in the United States. It'll never end abortion in the United States. It simply gives the right to legalize, prohibit, or regulate abortion back to the states. It is, however, estimated that 26 states will move to either heavily restrict or ban abortions altogether in the coming weeks or months. Mostly,
18 states.
It's all red states.
Trigger laws. No, they had trigger laws already set. Like, if this gets repealed, this happens. You know, it's crazy. But I mean, it's just nuts. I don't know. It's a bunch of old white dudes telling people what to do, and I don't like that. So I don't know.
Do you want to finish that thought?
No, I just don't want to get I agree with the Supreme Court on this, because the way they read it, they're like, we're dead wrong on this, and this is not a federal level. The Constitution doesn't guarantee this. And then you go into the 10th Amendment. 10th Amendment says exactly what you said earlier. So now it's a states' rights. So if it's a state level thing, right, that localizes it and allows the people to get together in their state and vote people in who will change these laws. So it's not Big Brother saying, hey, this has to happen. And it's the way our government was originally designed. It wasn't Big Brother deciding everything, like the FDA deciding that, oh, these little cigarette things are bad for you. No, let it to the states at that point.
Okay. So states' rights. So what about New York, when the Supreme Court stepped in and said that their issuance, their shall issue or may issue for
that was
concealed
dead wrong
weapons
against the Second Amendment. Dead wrong.
They
were 100%. They were 100% in the right at that point, because they were, hey, boom, you're giving, you're taking away people's rights that's given to them. It's not even given to us. This is guaranteed to us at this point. But people have a hard time wrapping their brain around the Second Amendment, and I'll just give it the current culture at this time. Guns are bad. That's all you hear in the media.
Guns are bad. Black guns are worse. Right?
It's like you could take a Mini 14 and hold it up next to an AR-15, and people are going to be like, well, that one doesn't seem as bad because it's made of wood. And
it's made of wood, exactly. It's brown. I like the color brown. So, meanwhile, abortion access is expected to continue or even expand in blue states like California and Oregon. This is definitely going to make our state-level elections a lot busier, a lot more convoluted, because you're going to have single-issue voters that are going to vote for the person that is pro-abortion or anti-abortion and not really focus on taxes and other freedoms in the states, real estate, just everything.
We've got bigger pressing issues right now than this, essentially, but the media hypes it up and people hold it. I mean, I understand people feel like they're being controlled by the government. I feel like that every dang day of my life. You step outside and you breathe the air, and next thing you know, you get a bill in the mail for 5 cents. You took a breath of air. That's just what it seems like it's coming to at this point.
I just don't like. I don't
Too
like
much federal control.
Exactly.
Over everything is bad.
I really think it's a horrible idea to have the government in charge of anything other than interstate, national defense.
Yes.
Anything more than that, we're very capable and intelligent human beings. And Holly made an excellent comment. You know, if a woman doesn't want to have a baby, she's probably not going to have that baby. She's going to make a decision on her own to terminate that pregnancy. I don't know if that's going to happen. I really don't think. I think in some states it's going to be heavily restricted as to, like, 10 weeks, or I think what is the standard now? 24 weeks is the definition of having a viable.
Louisiana went to the extreme on this, and their law is crazy. Like, it's like you could face prison time.
Prison time,
for
exactly.
murder.
There is
to me, that's insanity. That to me is insanity. But hey, vote them old dudes out down in Louisiana. I've been listening to a lot of Louisiana politics down there at their Senate or whatever it is, or whatever they call it down there, their House committee. This is great guy. God, I can't remember his name, but he works for a veterans committee to try and get medical marijuana for veterans.
Okay.
Like just across the board in Louisiana, and you hear some of these good old country boys talking like, oh, this will make you slow and dumb, and it'll lower your IQ, and we got to protect the children against every other reference or scientific fucking data on the shit. No? They're still stuck in their ways from the 50s and 60s.
I was going to say, and they're old.
Yes.
I mean, nothing against old people, but I don't think that they need to be in a position of making laws, because times change, man. Times change. Term limits.
Hey,
2 terms at the most.
You get 65. You're considered unemployable at most corporations. At 65, they'll consider you unemployable because physical, mental, and all other kind of things. You are unemployable. Most of our people running our government are over the age of 65 right now. Explain that to me. It's insanity at this point.
I mean, I'm glad we're getting some fresh blood, some new young Congress people, men and women, in the mix.
I don't agree with AOC.
Oh, neither do I. I appreciate her. I appreciate her spirit. I appreciate her voice, because she speaks for some people, and that's what you do.
Every now and then, she hits the nail on the head with some shit.
She does.
Yeah, and I'm just like, holy shit, we need more of that. And I don't agree with 99% that comes out of her mouth, but we need more of that. And
we need more discussion. We don't need more vilification of people who have a different opinion. Oh, you're a Nazi because of this, or you're just a tax and spend liberal because you identify as a Democrat. I don't think we need discourse back into politics. We need a younger bloodstream in our government. We don't need these old people. I love old people. My parents are old people. I'm an old person. I love us. We're awesome. But, let's let the kids drive the bus a little bit more. Let's have good conversations, good debates on the benefits and the detriments of ideas, of laws, of taxes, of everything else. Man, I think it's just, it's horrible to have these folks, I mean, really, who have been, who is the oldest sitting politician right now?
I think Weinstein. Don't quote me if I'm wrong on it. The old lady.
Yeah. Who has been? I mean, politics.
Not responding to at least a couple of your threads. Good luck. Well, I responded to that, so there you go.
Politics shouldn't be a career. It should be here. I'm going to help. I'm going to contribute to the United States government, and you do your time, 8 years ish, maybe 12 years ish, and then that's it. That's why we have term limits for presidents. Yeah, I don't think that. Go ahead.
No, I'm reading the comments. I'm trying to catch up on the comments because they're flying.
They're flying. I can't pay attention to them.
Okay. Keep drinking, my friend. I'm done. No one's paying attention. William White. Sorry. There's too many comments flying on me, and we're in the middle of a heated debate, and I'm not good at paying attention to damn things. So I mean, I try to keep up with them, and then I lose track of what I'm talking about.
Term limits would get rid of the old people. Well, yeah.
Yes,
it would.
That's the idea of or an age cap. I'm all about an age cap too, even for the Supreme Court. Ooh, what's the average age of the Supreme Court?
That's a
right now? I
lifetime
gotta look it
appointment,
up.
and that's an appointment. That's not an elected position. That's an appointment.
'Cause
So
you got,
a president
like,
appoints
what's
Ruth
her
Bader.
name? Ruth
Bader
Yeah,
Ginsburg.
she hung on. She was like, oh, and she sadly passed away while Trump was in office. And had she just resigned while the previous administration was, like, they were trying to, they could have replaced her. But I gotta hold on to my chains of power. You know, that's what it seems like. You know, they're turning into a bunch of liches sitting up at the
I read a article, and this was before the Roe v. Wade decision that came out this morning. Was they don't really have a code of conduct. They don't have the Supreme Court. They don't necessarily have a guideline, a list of guidelines that they go by. It's just you are there to interpret the law and to decide what's constitutional and what is not constitutional. That is all that they do.
Sorry about it.
Christopher Measle says if Biden runs a second term, I think he'll be in his 80s. Why would you want an 80-year-old running the country? No offense. How old was President Reagan?
He was the oldest up until recently. Trump was the oldest, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's just getting crazy. I gotta look this up now. I've done put my foot in my mouth.
That's kind of what. And we like to deal with facts and not just opinions. If I state my opinion, I will say it's my opinion. Facts are facts. This is an absolute thing.
John Adams was 61. I don't need to know that. Andrew Jackson was 61.
Radar said it best. Sorry about it. Sorry about it.
See, George H.W. Bush was 64. Buchanan was 65. Okay, this seems like they're getting older. Ronald Reagan, third in the list, was 69 years old. And you had Donald Trump, number 2.
He was 69 at the beginning of his first term?
Yes, he was 69 at the beginning of his first term. Donald Trump was 70. President Trump, President Biden, 78. So at this rate, we're going to have skeletons running our. If the trend keeps going.
Did you see the latest thing? There was President Biden actually showed the face. You know, when he speaks, he has a card, note cards, which is fine.
No, I saw that.
It's really good to have. It's really good to have notes and bullet points and stuff. These
enter the room.
These are, and I wish I grabbed a screen capture of it because it was it was like a list from the beginning of a ceremony to the end of a ceremony. This is what you do. The word "you" is capitalized, so it gets his attention. You will sit down. You will wait for this to happen. When this happens, then you will do this. It was like a step-by-step instruction of what to do, and this is not normal. You shouldn't need, a 3x5 card.
I mean, I'll give it. Trump would go he would stumble off his script.
I loved it when President Trump got off script because he just kind of gets off into the weeds, man.
He was just. I could just imagine playing golf with the man. It would be awesome, but
But everything that he said came from his heart, and whatever he said that he was going to do, he did.
Sometimes it was just out there. Daniel Ortiz said our country needs an oil change, and you can't do it with used oil, and I like that.
That is
perfect. I'm gonna write that down. I'm stealing your quote.
Daniel Ortiz, you win. Daniel Ortiz wins.
It's trademarked. I like that.
So, I was going to show these. There's memes, because that's what United States folks do. That's what Americans do. When shit happens and we don't really have an effect on it one way or another, we make memes. So there's a whole bunch of like Roe v. Wade memes that came out. This is just the beginning of them. Definitely not going to be the end of them. But look at that.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you weren't drinking. some of that the Four Loko or whatever you just cracked?
I was just about to pour me some Four Loko here, but that's funny. I don't get like, okay. I don't want to get into that.
What don't you want to get into? The one on the right or the one on the left?
The one with the kids. The one with the kids. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
They're all happy. They're happy babies. All right, here's another one.
Us and opinions might be Trump. We do usually read, but we're really, I guess, getting flooded with comments because it's not this page. I'm talking to the audience right now. We've got
William. I'm sorry you're upset. This is the chat's rolling really fast.
Radio page. We've got YouTube. We've got Twitter. We've got Twitch. We've got all the whole 9 yards at this point. Hose be mad though. That was
hose mad. Emergency alert. Hose mad.
The don't tread on me one. That's kind of cringy in my eyes, but
a little bit. It's cool that he's got a gun, but there is, as far as handguns in the state of Texas, you have to be 21.
He's breaking the law.
He's breaking the law, so that fetus is going to go to prison.
As soon as he comes out, straight to jail.
And whoever bought him that gun is going to jail for 15 years for a
straight to jail.
Straw purchase.
Straight to jail.
That's against the law.
I'm gonna run for the position of dog catcher and work my way up. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I wish more libertarians would do that.
Get on the city council. Seriously, start with your HOA, because HOAs are like everywhere. Start with your HOA, go to city council. From city council, you can get into your state governments, and then on up. Do it. We need people. We need people with ideas. I'm not saying conservative ideas. I'm not saying liberal ideas. I'm saying ideas. Let's get a good group of young people out there with ideas, and let's have conversations.
I think didn't George Washington, like our first president, warn us about two-party politics?
Yes.
Don't get into that because you'll never accomplish anything at this point.
But the thing is, I mean, we're kind of relegated to red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican, because they got all the money. Let's just say for some reason Spike Cohen gets elected as president of the United States. Spike Cohen has been on the show. He's a very well-spoken, very smart. He's an awesome guy, libertarian
Party of the Waffle House Libertarian Party is what they. Yeah.
But I mean, he's down to earth. He's got really good ideas. The thing is with the libertarian candidates, the big mainstream libertarian candidates, they're pussies on a certain level as far as national defense goes. They're like, okay, if you invade the United States, we're going to fuck you up, but they have no sense of global community. They have no sense of helping out our allies in other countries, Israel, and other countries that may need our help, that we support. Ukraine. They are totally against supplying aid to those folks. It's just like, we're going to pay attention to the United States. They don't have a good global view of things. It's all local, which is awesome.
Like isolationism. Isolationism works. It works.
But
China did it for a long time.
It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends, and it's good to take care of your friends. But
it's friends be sticking her nose and everything.
It's a symbiotic relationship. It goes both ways. The road goes both ways. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. We got to help each other out. You can't just rely on the United States of America to be pouring out trillions of dollars to countries that fucking hate us anyway. They're either going to hate us with our money.
We're going to spend $50 billion to fix roads in Africa somewhere, or our roads are falling apart here in the United States.
Yeah.
Or we're to send money. We're to send guns. Guns. Listen to this. We're sending weapons of war to another country. And no one bats an eye about that. But when someone wants to buy a pistol here in the States, they lose their minds. Like, oh, you can't have that. You can't have it. It's hypocrisy. And it's greatest at that point.
Okay, so I guess we're done. Oh my gosh, I did not plan on taking a break this early.
Taxation is theft.
Oh my gosh. Where is it? Okay, I got this. There, oh, that's the little one. Where's my big one? Where's my big one? There's my big one right there. Taxation is theft. So, okay, we're going to take a very short break. I hope you guys hang out. We're going to be back. I got a whole lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the effects of inflation. We got some businesses that are even closing in Texas because of this. We're going to talk about bankruptcy. We're going to talk about Vice President Harris being thrown to the discount rack. We'll talk about some soccer, some FIFA soccer. Black Lives Matter, Chicago Police. Man, we got a whole bunch to talk about. We may or may not get to it. If we get to it, great. If we don't, and then we got more material for a different show. So we're going to take a very short break. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes. Get up, walk around, go to the restroom, grab a drink, and we're going to be back in just a little bit. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
WTF
Radio.
All right, we are back for the second half of Friday Night Freedom, and my communications device has crashed. But I'm going to get Pookie back on the air again. So let's talk about our shows. We've got shows Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We are going to expand to Wednesday shows, and we're going to have a Sunday sports show, which is going to be pretty fucking awesome. So stay tuned for those deets. I think Radar is flying from the nest. He's gonna have his own show on Wednesday called the Smoke Pit, and we're gonna have a sports show with Big Joe on Sunday, and that's gonna be great. And forgive me, Joe, I forgot the name of your damn show again. I'm gonna get this. Anyway, let's get the Pook back on the air. Come on, let's do this. All right, Pook, call back. Okay, ready. There, look at that. It happened again, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
I don't know why that's happening so much, but hey. But we're all
it don't
back.
like me tonight. It just doesn't like me tonight. I'm in a certain kind of mood tonight.
Maybe, and here at first I'm thinking, oh God, we're getting zucked, but no, it's only half of our system getting zucked. We got multiple systems. Only one of them's getting targeted here. Half of it's my fault. Man, there were some great comments thrown out during the break. Talking about helping countries. Helping these countries are all well and good, but aren't they supposed to pay us back? Why do we borrow money instead of collect? That's a good point. But I think, Saudi Arabia helped us out monetarily a lot when we were in Kuwait during the first Gulf War.
Yes.
That's most of the reason why the post 9/11 GI Bill is so very, very large, because they kind of, from what I understand, they supplemented that. I just think it's good to take care of your friends. It's good to take care of your friends. If you've got people that are like-minded, it's good to take care of your friends.
If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, kind of thing,
Okay, so how would that help? Like in Ukraine, we're going to scratch Ukraine's back and help them. How are they going to help us out? It doesn't matter
unless they become a member of NATO and they start throwing their GDP into their proper GDP, which most NATO nations don't do. I think it's 3% or 2% or something like that.
Something like it. It's not much.
It's not much, but a lot of those NATO nations don't do it, and they use it as kind of a welfare system so they can supplement their great healthcare systems and stuff like that everyone applauds. So I just had to hit on that nail on the head real quick.
I mean, how much production does Switzerland have, or any European nation to have?
Well, Switzerland's not even involved in any of that shit. They're just completely on their own, isolationist.
They're on their own. They're isolationists, exactly.
Unless, up until recently, they actually got involved with the whole Ukraine thing, which actually shocked me a little bit. They were like, we can't have this shit going on.
Well, because they're just a country away from Russia.
Well, because they're like that little.
They're
Russia.
They're that middle sliver.
Yeah.
Daniel Ortiz says I might be mistaken, but isn't that why Trump wanted to leave the UN? I don't know if Trump wanted to leave the UN. He just wanted all the United Nations all the United Nations partners to start bellying up to the bar and paying their fair share.
No, NATO, not UN. UN's totally different at that point.
Gotcha. There's so many clubs. I'm sorry.
The UN is the United Nations, and they just everyone's involved with that. It seems like anymore, except Russia. I think.
I think there's so much in the UN that is corrupt. It's just a bunch of globalist type of politicians. I'm going to call them politicians that are just there waiting to get stuff for themselves, and if by some wild stretch of the imagination that something helps their country or helps everybody else out, then it kind of works out for them. I've got very little understanding of the United Nations.
Well, it's like the World Economic Forum. people ignore that, and that's scary shit. If you listen to some of these big speaking people in that are talking like, "Oh, we need population control and we need this and we need that."
There's some crazy talk there.
You'll own nothing but be happy. I'm like, what? These are some of the richest people in the world talking. Like, all right.
And I don't want to get into the Alex Jones type realm, but even here in the United States, the Bilderberg meetings that happen every year and shit, and it's just all this weird stuff. All this weird stuff that is reported, but there's no real proof, and there's this really sketchy video, and you can't really tell anything, and it's just. But
we're like that.
I think we're living in a time right now where those folks that you kind of pegged as tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists, now they're just like, meh, told you so. It's happened more and more in the last couple of years.
Alex Jones was right on a lot of things, and it's starting to scare me a little bit.
He was right on a lot of things. His delivery, his process of delivery sucked. That guy is just batshit crazy. What he was saying, he was a
performer. He's a performer.
The thing is, I stopped listening to him. I remember hearing. I used to listen to Art Bell. I used to go to bed late on the weekends and listen to Art Bell, and Alex Jones would be on talking about his wild and crazy Monsanto's turning the fish gay type stuff. And later on, after he gets just railed and sidelined and prosecuted, and he, all these defamation lawsuits and stuff, kind of like running him out of town, we're like, now kind of all of that stuff is, not all of that stuff, but some of that stuff is true. Whatever he was saying 10 years ago is now, there's fact to it.
There's speaking of conspiracy theory, you remember, I think it was William Cooper, way back in the day, ran his own little radio station, wrote a book called Behold the Pale Horse.
I've got it. I bought that book.
That book was written in the 90s, and you read it now, you're like, holy crap.
What did you know? What did you know, and when did you know it?
He claimed he was some sort of CIA like operative. I don't know if that was true or not. I think the man was just bad. I mean, you could be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, what's that doomsday guy holding the sign? The world will end today. Eventually, he'll be right.
He got a good point. All right, let's move on as far as our topics go. Everybody here, there's no exceptions, is experiencing inflation. Inflation has driven the cost of like groceries up. Gas is just astronomically high. I think we're right around $4.70 a gallon here. It's kind of holding steady about that. In other parts of the country, you're looking at $5, $6, $7. So, it kind of all depends on what your tax structure is. But inflation in Texas, this is Texas, Spring Branch, Texas, which is near Houston, less than a year.
Used to live there.
Oh, yeah? This is that bar that I was telling you about.
Okay.
Less than a year after its new self-serve bar concept was launched in Spring Branch, the restaurant is shutting its doors for good. The closure is just one example of how small businesses are struggling in a tough economy. After an 11-month run, Shoot the Moon is filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The restaurant opened last July, allowed patrons to pour their own beer, their own wine, their own liquor, make their own cocktails straight from the tap wall. Carl Floyd has helped bring popular Houston staples like Anvil, Underbelly, and Julep to fruition. His resume and experience was a recipe for success. But in 2022, these factors simply were not enough. The fundamental foot traffic that we needed to make the business cash flow positive just never materialized, he said. I have never seen such a radical food cost increase across the board happen so quickly and sustain, he said. They're not coming down. I don't think we'll ever see the cost of goods sold pricing from 2019 ever again. While Floyd mostly attributes his business's shutdown to its location, he acknowledges that the supply chain issues and record high inflation rates have also contributed to its downfall. Last week, inflation clocked in at a 40-year high of 8.6%, which is massive. That is huge. If any of those other factors have been slightly different, then we could probably have been in a different place. But all of them happened at the same time, and that's just not the way that, there's just not a way for us to be able to accommodate for all of that. As growing fears of a possible recession looms, President Biden said that tracking inflation is his number one priority. Gas prices currently average just under $5 a gallon across the nation. Consumer spending is also showing signs of slowing down. As for Floyd, his focus now shifts to picking up the pieces and interviewing for a new job. He's got no quit in him. He says, quote, "I will most likely end up in personal bankruptcy. Overall, I'm the type of person and business owner that will leave nothing in the field. So I put everything into everything that I do," which is awesome. So I mean, bankruptcy is such it's a hard decision to make. There's different kinds of bankruptcy that you can go to. 13, 7, 11. What's the other 11? Sorry, I need to take a drink. My throat was drying up. So first of all, here's another disclaimer on top of our other disclaimer that I did. I would like to state that the comments that follow are not intended to be legal advice. If you are in a position in life where you are considering filing for bankruptcy, please seek the advice of an appropriate attorney. Okay? Everybody understand? Great. There are many rules. You know, if you want to file for bankruptcy, it's going to cost you like $350. You got to pay that bill.
I got no money, but I got to file for bankruptcy.
Exactly. There are many rules to allow for someone to file for bankruptcy. I'm not going to go into any of them because I don't want the entire show to be about the rules on how to file for bankruptcy. So what does filing for bankruptcy get you? Both types of bankruptcy can help you eliminate unsecured debt, such as credit cards, halt a foreclosure or a repossession, and stop wage garnishments, utility shutoffs, debt collection actions. With these two types, you'll be able to pay down your own. You have to pay your own court costs and your attorney fees. So, what property do you get to keep? Your house? You get to keep your boat? You get to keep your stuff if you file for bankruptcy? So the question is, if you're going to file like for a Chapter 7, what property do you get to keep? Well, if you file for Chapter 7, you get to keep your house. You can keep your car. You can keep a property that you've acquired through a personal loan. Ooh, I was getting a different call. Hey, call the station, bro. Property encumbered by a personal loan, retirement accounts they can't touch, money, jewelry, and other property. Bankruptcy will have a devastating impact on your credit health. That was J-Ready. That was J-Ready. The exact effects will vary, but according to the Fair Isaac Corporation, or FICO, filing for bankruptcy can send a good credit score of like 700 plummeting by at least 200 points.
Oh, that's not too bad. This is at least better than what I dealt with, because I was getting out of the military and I had a crap ton of debt, and I just said, screw it. And I just let it go to 1099. That's what I did. And my credit score jumped up to, I'm like at 850 now.
You didn't pay? You got bills and you're like, what?
I did not pay a penny. Nope. Well, I paid the IRS afterwards, but I mean, because, debt forgiveness is considered an income, so I owed the IRS a little bit, but that year they were like, well, you get your, whatever write-off. So it was like, okay, my debt went from $40,000 to $9,000, so that's affordable.
Okay, so like I said, this is not going to be considered as financial advice, so don't follow any of our. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
If you got the best thing to do is to pay your bills. When I got divorced, long time ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And I had a lot of debt. I had a lot of debt, and I focused on paying down or paying off credit card debt. My student loans were my debt. That is what I had, because when me and my wife split, we divided whatever there was on the credit card bill, divided by 2. That's what we had. My portion of that was $16,000. and I just I just paid it. I didn't use the credit card at all, and that was 90% her. But we just had a very amicable separation. So I paid it off. So now I've got no credit card debt. I paid off my student loans. I doubled up on payments, paid that off. So it was good. It was good. I like it. Yes, I've got a house and I'm paying a mortgage and shit. But when my mortgage payment comes, I pay more than I pay more towards escrow and principal. My car payment, I pay more than what the minimum payment is, and now I get bills in the mail.
Principal.
Now I get bills in the mail that says you don't owe any money this month. I'm like, guess what? You're getting a car payment this month. I'm paying this.
You
I'm
pay
paying
that.
this
You pay your principal.
Pay the principal down.
Yeah, that it lowers your end all interest. Sometimes they'll fine you for that, but you gotta read the loans on that. Jay said he has some terrifying news about inflation on the production side.
Oh, call again, Jay, please, sweetheart.
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention to when you called, and then he called my personal Skype, and I'm like, I can't call. I can't answer that. Because I don't know. If I would have answered that call, I have no idea what was going to happen. That's the wrong number. That's the wrong. Call the station, brother. Call the station, brother. Don't call my personal one.
Where's that? The VA weed music.
Holy shit! I've got that. Where is it? On hold. There he goes. There he is. WTF Nation Radio, you are on the air.
Sometimes I don't know which one to call.
Is this the person to whom I am speaking?
Yeah.
What's up, Jay?
I'm hot as fuck. I'm hot as a motherfucker.
Okay, what does hot mean to you?
Bro,
Man's not hot.
It's Mississippi hot in Kansas right now.
Man's not hot.
It's warm. Yeah. Yeah. The humidity is on fleek right now, and honestly, my testicles are sweating, and I just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate that information. I'll bet your hair's all messed up too. It gets all foofy and stuff.
My ball hair is in shambles. You wouldn't believe it. Whew, I need to go get them straightened.
I thought. Do you have a hair straightener, or do you just go to a salon for that?
Oh no, I dab bubble gum at the end of it and just pull.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I did that for a while, but then when my daughter moved out, she left her hair straightener here, so I kind of use that now.
Oh, so I like that. You're living in 2030, and I like that.
Hey, what do you got for us, Jay?
So, all right, and let's just do math here.
Okay, I can do math.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
do
good
math.
at it. Oh, as a matter of fact, before I start that, I got to hang out with 160th SOAR, dude, and for a whole 5 days, coolest guys ever.
Up at WarHorses or up?
Yeah. 160th SOAR came through, dude. They are fucking cool. Very cool gentlemen.
They like to fly. They like to fly by when they do training down here, and they'll park their aircraft on our airfield, and we secure everything. Dude, when they travel, they have like little connexes and shit.
It's amazing.
It's really
amazing.
cool.
They did really well on horseback. They took to it like most special operations I would do. Like, if special operations come out here in like 3-4 days, they're roping off the back of a horse. They're high speed people. It's awesome.
They do roping.
Oh,
I was happy.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was happy to like stay on the horse, and I was in that little pen going wee 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 in circles. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't fall.
Bro, we have it's upscale, bro. If you get your ass back out here, I'm telling you, you're gonna shit, because it's one of the most beautiful places in America, and we've got everything. Like, we're a well-oiled machine, dude. Well oiled. It's amazing.
The new building is built and it's operational, and I've seen the pictures, man. It's absolutely beautiful inside.
Yeah, that's my job. I do the pictures. That's all I do. I'm a picture guy.
You're a picture
I don't do
guy.
shit. Yeah, I ride horses sometimes and do pictures. Yeah, that's it. And also on the side, I do construction too. So, as you know, wood is at a premium right now.
Like that for a couple of years now, man.
Well, no. 2 years ago, I could buy a 2x4. I could buy 12-foot 2x4 for $3 and some change. Now it's $12. That's just on wood.
You can't buy a fence picket for like $5.
No, you could buy a fence picket for $2.25 now.
A 6-inch one?
Six. Yeah, it's cheaper.
6-inch
Yeah.
fucking.
I'm thinking 6-footers.
Okay.
I'm talking about picket, like the thin pine picket.
Talk about
I'm not
actual
doing.
pickets.
I don't do pine, man. You can't do pine down here.
No. You got to do cedar tone down
Yeah.
there. But I'm flipping this to animals and production of food. So, and this is on a very, very small scale. I have 2 horses over here and 2 bales of hay and 2 bags of feed in the back of my Toyota would cost $15. That's for all 4 things. 2 big ass, like 12-pound bags of feed and 2 big bales of hay. Square bales. $15. Now that's $50. How much do you think food is going to go up during harvest?
So the cost to feed livestock is going to go up.
So
The
it
cost-
has substantially. It's retarded right now.
The cost to transport
Oh,
that stuff because of the price of fuel from Kansas and Nebraska and the Dakotas and everywhere else where we generate like grain and food and stuff it has to travel. It doesn't.
Yep.
You can't just put that in a teleporter.
Nope.
At
they tried to
$5
charge me at the feed store $75 for a 50-pound bag of peanuts.
That's crazy, dude. That is
And I know.
insane.
Yes. But to them, I was like, yeah, well, I'll find some other feed at that point. You know, like you can feed other things at that point. You know.
But if you have let's say you have a cow with some kind of problem or whatever, or a pig or whatever livestock, you have to feed them a certain type of grain, or you have to take them to the fucking doctor, or use any kind of diesel whatsoever, or they have to have a certain diet for a certain thing because they got sick. And if you lose that cow, well, you lost out on money. I mean, it's not like Oregon Trail days where losing a cow is the equivalent to losing a fucking house or dying, but it's all this stuff adds up to harvest season, dude. And when harvest happens,
the price of diesel's through the roof. Just you got to run tractors to harvest,
bro. Dude.
I mean,
think we
here
have a- I think we have a
diesel I think
shortage.
is a 5.25, 5.26 or something like that.
I think it's going to get more outrageous, dude. And when it does, the world stops. Because how do we have a shortage of diesel? How is it? This is what the world runs on.
President Biden prescribed a moratorium on federal taxes on fuel, which for diesel that's going to save you 26 cents, 26 cents per gallon. For like regular fuel for unleaded, it's going to be 18.4 cents per gallon.
18.5 or something like that.
So hold on a second. So I don't drive a whole lot. I don't drive a whole lot. I drive a car that gets really good gas mileage. That moratorium between whenever it takes place to whenever it ends, 90 days, I would save $13. That's it.
No, I was about to go into it. Obama even made back in like 2008-9 time frame. He even came out and said this whole moratorium thing is a joke while he was a president. It's a political stunt, is what he said. It ain't gonna save no one nothing. $2 at the pump.
It's not even
$2?
it's not even a Band-Aid. It's not even a Band-Aid.
No, it's a kiss.
It's like a thought.
A little kiss on the boot.
It's like thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Hey, vote for me. I saved you some. I saved you enough to buy Well, you can't even buy a blunt wrapper anymore for fucking $2. So I mean,
Guys, I don't know about you, but I don't trust nobody that can't fucking ride a bicycle.
That was pretty bad, huh? In his defense, his right foot did get caught up in the pedal.
Yeah, so did Hitler's. Let's see what happened.
Oh God.
He did meth.
It just sucks. He doesn't have any physical agility anymore. He's 80,000 years old.
Yeah, he's up there, dude. I bet you his office stinks. But I'm just, guys, we're living in cuckoo land now, and anybody listening that gives a fuck, why you can get a fucking deep freezer and fill it with as much chicken as you can.
This you gotta grow potatoes, get some chickens if you can't, live chickens, because you don't. That's what I've been saying.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
grow your own
you
food.
do that too.
Grow
but
your
some
own
people live in
food.
an apartment.
Well, if you're in an apartment, you're screwed. That's all I gotta say at that point.
Are you in touch with any of the guys from KC Cattle Company?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
They raise cattle. I mean, it's Wagyu. It's
Wagyu hybrid.
It's awesome stuff.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. They got a good operation up there. They actually opened up a brick and mortar store in Weston, Missouri. I'm proud of those guys. And they're brick and mortar now, and like they're doing great.
I hope their prices don't get even more out of control. I mean, I know they're very high, but it's very high quality beef.
That's for sure. Absolutely. That's a good cut of beef, man. And everybody out there is veterans, and they're good people, man. And they work hard, and they got a great product. That's for fucking sure. But again, cost of everything's going up. To ship that out is going to cost more, and they're going to get charged to ship it out, right? So whoever UPS, whoever they send it through to get to your home, that price is going to go up. Everything, dude. Everything is fucking nuts right now.
It's almost cheaper, and this is kind of why I did it. I bought one of those Tovala air fryers, and then I got it.
I got one too,
dude. I got it for like $20, $25 or whatever like that. But the deal is you have to get like six weeks worth of meals, and the meals are probably $80, $100 per week. But I don't have to go grocery shopping. I've had the last 2 best meals of my life in the last couple of days, and that's just good, dude. You scan the barcode, you put the shit in the fucking oven, and it dings when it's done, and it's good food. It's really good if you're single, or if it's just like you and your wife or your partner. It's really awesome. You can't really feed a family on that, but man, it is good stuff. I love it.
Air fryer is one of the greatest inventions ever. I love that fucking thing.
Yep.
I can make a killer Philly cheesesteak in an air fryer. It's good.
Yeah, that
Tovala, without having to preheat the oven, man. That's the awesome part about it.
That Tovala is so big. It is kind of big, but it'll do an 8-pound turkey, or I'm sorry, an 8-pound chicken, a whole chicken.
Bro, put your 2 Cornish hens in there and have at it. Eat like a Viking. It's the best, man. You shove a lemon and a little bit of onion up in that chicken's anus and just let her rip, dude. Put some whatever kind of rub you want on your chicken. I don't know if you like spicy or lemony or whatever. But, dude.
Cornish hens, where's that, man?
Dude, Cornish hen really makes you feel like a giant.
It's a mini chicken.
It is. It is. And it's $5. And it's crazy that it's $5.
Holly has a horror story about her freezer. She has her stand-up freezer had over 90 pounds of meat in it and a damn gallon of sherbet, and it fell open. It fell and opened the door. She says she lost all of it.
Oh God!
Mine's got an alarm on it, so if the temperature drops, it'll start screaming like, hey man, what's up?
I had an upright freezer in my garage, and it had tripped the GFI circuit. And I didn't know it. I didn't have an alarm or anything like that. It just looked like a freezer to me. I'd get in there every day and I'd leave it. And I go to work and I come back and it's like, hey, let's get some of those steaks out of the freezer. So I'd go to the freezer and all of a sudden it was not running.
No,
and
shit.
it just smells like death.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I had a whole deer season's worth of deer stuffed in an old 1950s freezer that it just died out, and it was in the basement, so no one in the house knew what the smell was.
It was a dead fucking body.
Oh my god!
Did you fart, Uncle Poopy?
Where's Eleanor? She's downstairs.
No, I was young at the time too. I was only like 13, maybe 14 at the time, and I had done my hunting season that year, and I got 2 does that year, and they're in the fridge, freezed up, doing her thing, and all of a sudden my buddy comes over to the house, and I guess you go nose blind or whatever it is. So I've been sitting in the house. I don't know this smell because it's just apparently just worked its way up on me.
Nose blind to death.
Yes, and my buddy walks in and damn near cripples over. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
You know what? Now that you say that, there are some like stories that you hear that's like, there's dead cat, like these hoarders and stuff. They have dead cats everywhere under all the piles of shit, and dead rats and cats and who knows what else, and they can't smell it. They're just walking through their little tunnel, and I guess you're right, man. I guess you can go to nose blind to anything. Golly,
or if you have a bunch of cats or something in the house, you kind of lose the sense of smell that, the cat box really stinks.
I can't fuck with no cats, bro. If you own a cat, you own a box of shit.
I've got a cat, but it stays outside. All the time.
Only you. If you got a barn cat, cool.
Yeah.
But, bro, just the inside. I'm so allergic to them, and I'm like, fuck them all. I'm like those. I'm not quite like that with emus and cats. They're not the equivalent, but I mean, it's close.
Every time I see an emu video, I gotta send it to you.
Dude, Spank. Yeah, I know. I know. So does Pookie. So does fucking Spanky. So does Amy. So
This is awesome.
Fucking body. Everybody, all the time. I get it, and it happens. And speaking of, I'm going to Spanky's to go see her in about 2 weeks.
Oh wow! I need to come down.
Excited.
I need to come down.
I'm going down. I'm going down to Texas at the end of July.
I'm going at the beginning. What the fuck?
I guess we're missing each other at that point.
God damn it! I'll high five you in the air. Fuck.
Let me know when you're going to be there. I'll make a trip down to Spanky's.
8 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm doing a photo shoot down there too. So that's my primary job now, guys. And cause we need to do a show about Great White Oak Media.
Yes, we do.
That'd be fun.
Get with
shit.
Get with Mom. We'll get you on the schedule.
Okay, thank you. She told me to get with you.
Oh, anytime.
Okay.
I'm down with it.
Yeah. She's like, fuck off, Jay.
I can't do anything. I get in trouble. I can't even answer like personal messages inside the radio thing. Someone sends a message and it's like, I get in trouble if I answer. So
okay, that's fucked up.
Let Mom handle it.
Yeah, okay. So that's my main job now is photography and videography and media creation and just
you got a drone. You got drone. You got a drone too, don't you?
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. I crashed it in a tree, and then it found a little pocket inside of the branches and hovered there until I had to climb in the tree and get it out.
Oh shit!
And it just hovered there, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, DJI is the best."
And the wind don't blow.
The wind don't blow. That's what's up. And it fucking if it's too gangster, that motherfucker will take it. But it'll go 2 miles away. I can fly it 2 miles away.
Do you have like a first person camera on there so you can fly it around?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I look at my phone and fly it wherever.
These drones have come so far because normally it was like, okay, it's line of sight, and then it's if you can see it, then you can control it. But it's come so far because now you got like a first person camera where you put a little visor on and you can see what you're looking at.
Yeah. It's funny as I was reading the FAA like regulations on that, and it's apparently you have to maintain line of sight on a drone while you're flying.
You're supposed to listen. That Part 107 license, I got one. You're supposed to. You're supposed to, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah, I understand that, but you see these videos of these guys flying through the buildings and shit like that, and they're like violating all FAA regulations.
So that's different. That's those little guys, like if it's under, I can't remember how many ounces, it's considered a toy. It won't take down a plane if it hits it. Like, but if it's above, I think it's 100 grams or something, 150 grams, something very small. But you're not supposed to get it over 400 feet. But for me, I have to do it. I do it under my LLC, so it's commercial. So I have to get a flight plan, and I have to call up I have to call KCI. I'm like, hey, or whatever the local airport is around there, the FAA, and I have like, hey, this is my flight plan for this time at this altitude and this and this and this and this and this and all these little different things. You got to do all that shit, man. It's crazy.
That kind of sounds like fun. I mean, there's rules to follow, and you got to follow the rules. You got to follow the rules.
You got to follow the rules because they're there for a reason. You don't want to, like, there's a lot of crop dusters out here.
The fines for not following the rules are a lot more expensive than your drone.
Shit, yeah. But if you put the drone up in the air, you charge people $800, no matter if you're up there for 60 seconds or fucking 5 hours. The bare minimum is $800.
And that's the same thing for like tour helicopters. You're not making any money unless you're flying. Unless you're airborne, you ain't making any money.
That's true. And like if that bitch crashes, not so much the helicopter, but the drone, well, that covers repair.
Yeah.
And you always got to cover your ass. But it's weird on the business side, man. I've got an accountant now, like he's good with business, and he's telling me all this shit I did not know at all. Dude, you got to be a goddamn genius to run your own business. You have to have no life.
Marty Bird gave the same fucking advice to people, and now he's laundering money for the fucking Mexican drug cartels.
Oh, that's who I need to go fly drone for. I'm not gonna log those flight plans. Anyway, my point is, in September, I got invited out to Colorado.
What part?
I don't know yet, but to go on an elk hunting trip, bow elk hunting, Joe Rogan style, and I'm filming it like Meat Eater.
Is this a Operation Pay It Forward type stuff?
Actually, let me look this up. How do I put you on speakerphone?
OPIF.
I don't know. Hold up. I'll tell you in a second.
You're gonna put me on speakerphone?
Second Chance Outfitters. It's a veteran-run organization that takes veterans out on elk hunt.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. And I'm going to go out and film it. And to prepare, I've been rucking. I've been trying to do hip flexor, fucking anything to do with the mountain, because there ain't no mountains here in Kansas at all.
You're lying on the ground on your back, humping the air to work out, to get in shape for this adventure.
I'm flexing these hips hard, deep and hard, and going rucking and sweating my fucking balls off even worse, and documenting the whole thing, man. You got to get ready to go in the mountains in Colorado, because the time we went. Yeah. Remember when we were huffing and puffing?
Dude,
like even just driving?
Dude, when we were walking up the stairs or driving up the mountain. Driving up the mountain sucked.
Dude, buy you an altitude mask, man. Buy an altitude mask. It's like the best thing to train for like high altitude at that point. Huh?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy a combat slingshot.
What's a combat slingshot?
These are cool.
Well, fucking slingshot has got a laser on it. What else do I need to say?
Okay.
It's got a laser.
You see those compound bow-looking slingshots they got now? Oh, man.
Dude, it's already got a built-in silencer.
Christopher Measle says we have a ruck marching group for veterans up here in Montana that I'm part of. A bunch of us veterans get together and just go ruck and have a good time.
It is a good time. It's hard as a bitch, though, man. I ain't going over 35 pounds, but I'm going to have to. We're going to be out there a week, but I've got to carry camera equipment, so I imagine it's going to be a lot more than fucking 35 pounds.
What's the altitude going to be?
I just assume the whole state is a mile high, so I'm just going to assume that.
That's probably a good
don't
assumption. That's a good assumption.
And I don't know where fucking elk live in those.
I mean,
terrain.
Denver, where we were at ground level, was a mile high. That's a mile high. So if you're going to be up in the mountains,
went higher than that. We went higher than that.
Yep.
So I'm fucked. 14,000.
that's Pikes Peak type level.
Bring
Man.
you one like little oxygen tank thing so you can go
Hell
every now and
no,
then. When you need.
No, look, I haven't grown a vagina yet.
Heath Barlow says rucking and a good time do not go together.
Yeah, they do, man. Not a nice ruck.
I would love. I actually rucked better than I ran. I can ruck for days. I can't run for shit.
Same. My knees say fuck off.
Yep.
But rucking, I've come to the conclusion, I'm not high speed at all. I am fucking endurance. If I'm slow because I got a lot of torque. That's about it.
You're a diesel engine.
I'm a fucking diesel, son. That's all I got. I am no fucking race car.
He ain't a Ferrari. He's a damn
Hell.
John Deere.
Are you fast? No, but I got a lot of torque.
I'll give you about 3,500 RPM. That's about it. But I got to get. I'm in decent shape, but I got to get I feel like in my brain I got to be shit hot when I go to Colorado, so I don't die.
All you got to do is keep up,
September?
man. You just got to keep up.
Well, I'm the cameraman. I got to orbit these motherfuckers all the way up the mountain.
Tell them to slow the hell down, then.
No, I can't.
You
One
want
guy's
the film?
Look,
Move
one
with the
guy-
cameraman.
One guy's a fucking 20-year special forces guy.
Oh God,
Other
you're
guy-
screwed.
Another guy is an ex-cop. Another guy is an Air Force guy. I can beat him. And I think it's just us four. But no, the Air Force guy runs the thing. And I mean, he does this shit for real. So I'm like, God damn. I gotta unthick myself, and I really gotta do these hip flexors. I need to do lunges and shit. Squat.
So what's the purpose of the hip flexors? That's like sit-ups.
Well, it helps you. So like when you take a step and you go up a stair,
Okay.
that muscle is pulling you forward.
That's like the same with the squats. You need the squats to
Yeah.
help with that too. Sometimes you can't take a step with one foot. You got to do it with two.
Yeah,
Jumping.
Yeah. And I'm not really good at jumping. I'm good at laying down.
Yeah, dude. Well, cool. Send me the deets when you're going to be down at Spanky's place, and I'll make a trip down.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, look, everyone's beating up.
Yeah.
Everyone's meeting up, and then Pookie's going to show up, and no one's going to be here.
Dude, last time I hung out with Pookie, and we were there, and that motherfucker drank pickle juice and whiskey in front of me and chased ghosts.
Yeah, I was going to say you guys did the ghost hunt.
Is that still on WTF Nation Radio?
I think so.
Dude, I think everything's got to be on there. I found a hard drive with all
Dude,
those videos on it.
Pie's video is still there.
Oh, if Pie's video's there, then nobody. Okay, yeah.
There ain't nothing off limits, man. We keep everything.
I talked to Pie not long ago.
Good dude, man. He's a good man.
It's funny as shit, man. Okay, well, all right, yeah. Let's eat meat together.
Let's do it.
We'll eat meat because look, the only thing I'm eating for the next 2.5 months, this might sound fucking crazy, but it works, is a tortilla, and it's a nice high protein tortilla. None of this carbohydrates bullshit, right?
What the fuck's a high protein tortilla? It's
Bro,
fucking flour.
No, it's not. Go to Aldi's, man. This shit's made with fucking Satan's Fomunda cheese. This shit, and it's got basil in it. It's delicious.
It's like the Kodiak pancakes that they sell, man. Like 40 grams of protein per pancake or something.
Sheesh.
What?
It's like eating cheese, a brick of
like
cheese.
They're like It's called Kodiak. Like I don't know. Like they're crazy. Like they're super high in protein.
Does it make
I'm
your
still
dick
doing
hard
that.
when you eat it?
Nah, probably.
Sounds like it.
I've got a cheesecake meal replacement thing that's keto, and it's got like 32 grams of fat and like 21 grams of protein in it. And that's like, I drink that every morning for breakfast. And like the rest of the day.
Dude, I eat fruit. I eat a fruit shake in the morning. And I'll fuck with that. That's about as all the sugars I get. But I'm doing a tortilla and lunch meat on that bitch with some cheese. And I got this dill spread that is fucking titties. And
Tzatziki sauce?
it's just a dill. I mean, it might be, but it's good. It's dilly. And habanero cheese with some pepperoni on that bitch and some ham and some turkey. You just roll that hoe up and throw a pickle in the middle. Bruh, it's good as fuck. It's easy. It's a wrap. I mean, Mexicans got it fucking right when they started wrapping shit up. And
taco is still the best meal on the planet. I don't give a shit.
The best. Bro, there's this place over here called Taco La Nueve, and I know we ain't got no shit like Texas got. But, bro, these dudes don't have green cards, and you can taste it.
That's awesome.
And it's so good, bro. It's just, oh, God damn.
Hey, Jay, I got some Carolina Reapers growing in my garden this year if you want some.
Fuck yeah, I do, but I ain't smoking it.
I'll mail you some. I'll dry them, vacuum seal them for you and send it to you.
Fuck yeah, dude. Just come to my house. Just come here.
I know where you live.
Come. Why doesn't anybody come here? Just come. I have a spare room. I have a bunkhouse under my house. Come here. Let's do it. We could do a podcast in my basement. It is furnished. It is finished. We could do it right here.
Pickle Rick.
Both of you guys.
He's got the pickle Rick wrap.
It is a Pickle Rick wrap. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's real good. And it makes you strong like bull.
So this is kind of like a modified keto type thing, because the last time I saw you on video, you were like putting like butter in coffee and stuff, and that was like weird for me.
Dude, that was years ago. That's when I lived in Belton. I was going through a hard time. I was putting butter in coffee. Something's wrong. If you ever see me do that again, call my mama. That's bullshit, dude.
It was a fat bomb, right?
Yeah, so was my ex-wife. What I'm saying.
Oh, jeez.
So, what I'm saying is, fuck that shit. I was working at a quarry, and
you were blowing shit up though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was fun. But also, I was driving a big ass fucking Calipitter 797, and I was in there for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I was losing my mind, man. I was losing my mind, and to the point where I'm putting butter in coffee.
In your coffee. And you were calling me like 12 times a day while you're just like, "Hey man, check this song out."
Yeah, I was
like.
Beto Umberto says in the chat, he goes, "I'm about to put some butter in my whiskey here in Ogden, Kansas."
There you go. Butter whiskey.
Have fun. Make sure it's Irish.
Whiskey. Irish butter that has whiskey bourbon in it.
Ooh. That's a thing, isn't it? It can be a thing.
I don't know.
I don't think there's nothing that hadn't been done so far.
Just imagine throwing that on some soda bread, a little Irish butter, and some whiskey. It'd be like the straight up eating Ireland.
I seen somebody put, instead of a hot dog into a corn dog, they put a pickle in there. I saw that in real life.
They do that at the you've never been to Cumberland County? Well, Cumberland County, North Carolina.
No, haven't done it.
No, the fair there, they deep fry everything. Peaches, Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
State Fair here in Texas. They deep fry fucking tennis shoes and shit. Here, we got some chocolate inside of a tennis shoe. We're going to deep fry that and you're going to eat it.
Like they take a kolache and they deep fry the kolache. It makes no sense, but it's tasty.
Isn't it already breaded?
Yes.
Dude, they got this biscuits and gravy kolache over here. That motherfucker will make you holler. That son of a bitch is good. Oh my god.
I haven't had a kolache since I left Texas. They don't make them anywhere else out of Texas. Louisiana, some places.
Bullshit,
Louisiana.
they have the kolache store right here in Overland Park.
Yeah, you're in the Texas. You are part of former Texas.
Whoa.
No, Jay was talking about Overland Park here in Texas. We're talking about like near West Texas, whatever that kolache place is on 35. They got a store on both sides of the highway now, northbound and southbound.
And that much kolaches they're throwing out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Are the prices going up? I bet you the prices are going
They're
up.
about the same. They're really not much more.
Aren't kolaches just like basically raviolis?
It's with fruit or with poppy seed, or you can make them with meats, with sausages and stuff.
The best way is the sausage, the jalapeno sausage is the best. It's the best breakfast food on the planet, I think.
Yeah, when I went down to for a wedding, damn it, I forget her shit.
Sharon.
Her name.
Sharon Guthrie.
Fallon.
Oh.
Her wedding. Her wedding. I went and got like.
You went?
Yeah, I went to her wedding. I was like, I bought like fucking $30 worth of sausage and brought it down. We barbecued that on Spanky's Grill.
And is that a euphemism?
No, that was actually
okay.
that is the. But we did stay up extremely late, dude. I think the sun was coming up before I went to bed. Staying up, just talking and just bullshitting, and it was a great time.
I'd rather commit suicide, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking for myself.
We were playing games on her little on her speaker thing, like, hey Alexa, play this. Hey Alexa, play that. We played like guess the game or guess the band. You know, they play a song, you guess the band.
Oh, we used to do that when the radio first started.
Yes.
Drink that tune.
Drink that tune.
That's how I got fucking hired.
That's
how I didn't kill myself, actually. That's how I didn't kill myself, was that game in Red Lake. That fucking one time I ever won, and I beat Spanky. The only time I ever did.
She's good.
I think the only time I ever won on that game this is before I was working before. It was a Christmas.
That might be like a prerequisite. And if you want to be employed by WTF Nation Radio, you have to win at Drink That Tune. I've got the same story.
I got the Christmas one. It was like the weird one, like, here, Mr. Christmas Miser, blah blah blah. Like, I just like, okay, cool. I don't know. But I like Christmas music.
The Heat Miser song.
Yeah.
I made that one Christmas song. Do y'all still play that shit?
I've got it.
Oh, yep. I forgot about that.
On the first day of Christmas. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, fuck that song.
But you hate it. But it's funny. It's funny.
It's a true song. It's a very, very true song. Because there is so much. Dude, this was when Black Rifle Coffee really wasn't Black Rifle Coffee. And this is when Nine Line and
Grunt Style.
Ranger Up and Grunt Style. It was the battle of the shirts.
This is when they were all babies.
Yeah.
It was the decade of the vet bro.
Who won?
I don't know.
I mean, Black Rifle won.
Black Rifle's doing great. Grunt Style's doing pretty good.
They're fucking public. Can you believe that?
Dude, they got NASCAR fucking sponsorships and shit.
Are you kidding me?
And they're public, yeah. Like stock exchange type shit.
Talking like little NASCAR. That's like Sprint Cup they're running right now. Not the Monster. They're running the Sprint.
I walked through my Walmart and there's like Black Rifle coffee fucking, cans of coffee and shit on the shelves.
It's a delicious product.
It is good. I'm not paying $3 for a can of coffee though. Matt
Best was really nice.
He was awesome. All those guys were awesome.
I don't think Rocco's with him anymore. Rocco's doing his own thing.
He's an actor now.
Yeah.
The Mayans.
He was nice. Everybody was so nice, and it was crazy. Just We were the fucking start of it, man. I think about that a lot.
It's good memories to have, and it's like I was a part of that, or I witnessed that at least. I didn't contribute, for or against it, but I was a part of that. Is a really good feeling to have.
We definitely helped him get out there. To a point.
To a point. I mean, it was
Friday nights. A couple Friday nights we helped him get out there. Red Leg helped him get out there. That's what I'll say.
We were
Red
present.
Leg,
We were present.
Red Leg, our boss, ex-boss, whatever. Red Leg, our boss, helped Black Rifle Coffee on a couple Friday nights. We didn't cook any coffee, but we sure did talk to those folks.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's good times, man. It was a beautiful thing. I miss it. I miss it dearly, and I'm about to get fiber internet. And I'm still kind of podcasting, but it's...
Me too. I'm about to get fiber internet myself here in a couple of days.
They dug up my yard. They dug up my yard finally after all this time.
We got the 811 marks all through the neighborhood.
Oh, there you go.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I'm like, oh yeah,
The
1
orange
gig up,
pipe?
1 gig down. Yeah, 1 gig up, 1 gig down, man. That's what I'm gonna be having here in like a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna be happy with that. No?
I'm excited about it. I'd like to do podcasting again, like all the time. I like doing live stuff. That was fun. So I guess I'll just, I don't know, maybe Twitch or something. I don't know, but I got to get back into the swing of it, man. But like voice podcasting I'm just talking to myself.
I think you like the interaction, the back and forth, the conversation.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I like it. Talking to myself, my stream of consciousness, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a retard.
If you ever heard me speaking to myself, it would sound like 4 madmen talking to each other, and I'm just one person. So
I'm not interested by myself. I just say fucking weird shit, and going down a rabbit hole by yourself. It's just not fun. I want to fuck with people. I want to call and do prank calls again. Can you even do prank calls anymore?
I choose not to. I choose not to.
I don't like to do that anymore either.
I think it's a distraction. I mean, I like to talk about stuff and then voice my opinion.
Fuck with people.
I like to talk about the fact that, Vice President Harris used to have if you want an in-person photo with Vice President Harris, it would be $15,000, and now it's all of a sudden $5,000. She's on the discount rack now.
Yeah, that bitch is the Walmart clearance aisle because nobody fucking likes her, man. You know how much I've stayed away from politics and shit, dude?
I wish I could, but politics is so it's so in your face. It's so in our face now that you can't ignore it. I mean, you can ignore it, but it's good to pay attention to it to know what's going on.
I'd rather watch like all the gay porn in the world than have to deal with Biden, Harris, and I don't know. That bike almost assassinated our president, and I wonder what bike company that is because they have
Schwinn.
Yeah, Schwinn, Walmart version bikes, right?
I had a fucking Schwinn, you fucking young bitches.
Dude, Schwinn used to be.
I had a Mongoose. I had a Mongoose when I was a kid, and they were really good. And also Walmart bought them up, and they're shit now.
I tried to save up to get a Mongoose, and I ended up getting a Diamondback. And now I can see.
Great.
And now I can see like the Mongoose at fucking Walmart. That is weird. Yeah. That's weird to me.
Ain't Schwinn's at Walmart. It's weird. It's bullshit. Now for my size of person, I've looked this up, and I'm going to get one. But for my size of person, I need a 29-inch like enduro bike, right? Or a hardtail. For quality bike, let's just say what brand? Not Chinese. That's for fucking sure. Anything but Chinese is going to cost me fucking $4,500 at the minimum.
There are some really, really great bikes out there. My daughter when she lived with me, she had a touring bike that she bought, and she said, yeah, it cost me $250. I'm like, okay, great. She moved back to Montana. She was like, Dad, can you send me my bike in the mail? I'm like, okay, cool. Let me check this out. So I went and did all the stuff. It cost like almost $300 to ship her bike from Texas to Montana. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a really cool dad. I'm just going to buy her a duplicate bike and have it delivered there. That bike was $2,500. She lied to me. She lied to me and told me it was $250. It was $2,500.
What brand was it?
I can't remember. Remember.
Specialized?
It was a custom bike. It was a custom bike. We have a lot of custom bike stores here.
Dude, I love biking. I love it so much. I love the idea of downhill biking, but I'm too scared to
buy yourself a Husky bike.
No. So this 29.
Those things are heavy as fuck. Huskies are heavy.
It's heavy, dude. I need something I need a light frame.
Her entire bike was it was a composite bike. The entire bike was composite.
So that's why it was that much.
Yeah.
So there's a brand called Specialized, and I like that.
It was a Specialized.
Yeah, they're great. I have one, but it's a medium size, and it's a 27-inch bike. It gives me the workout that I need, of course, but I need a 29-inch bike that I can just fucking rip, and I'm not afraid. I got one at Walmart, right? I bought a $500 bike from Walmart, and it was a Schwinn, 29-inch fat tires, big, nice,
heavy.
It was.
Was it aluminum? Is it aluminum?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, and I was surprised that Walmart charged $500 for anything. And I got it home. I go up this hill, seems okay. The pedaling's good. Everything's okay. And then I fucking bomb a hill with it. I bomb this fucking big hill. And I get up to speed. Well, this bottom of this hill has a sharp corner. And I fucking hit the brakes. And it said, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, you gotta.
Please.
Fuck. So I have my seat really high, and I can't sit on my seat and touch the ground. So I had to fucking I had to, as a 36-year-old man, get on the fucking rail with my cock and balls and put my feet on the ground and pray that I didn't trip and flip over, because I was going 25 miles an hour. I had to put my balls on the fucking bar and put my feet on the ground.
So you need a new pair of shoes after that.
I got Merrells. They'll never die. And I took the bike back. I said, fuck you, Walmart, and give me my $500 back. This is bullshit. You almost killed me. And I'm not, why would you buy a Schwinn, right? A $500 bike.
God, that used to be the shit. That used to be the bar.
They used to be great. But now there's a great series on YouTube. It's called Dream Builds. And they're doing professional bikers. They're all the different disciplines, but these guys' bikes are $15,000-$20,000, and they're putting all the premium parts.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a Netflix series that has all these awesome bikers, and then you stick their asses on a fucking Schwinn.
They do that on YouTube.
No kidding.
Yeah, dude, they get your professional bikers. They got. I want to keep on saying Bel Air is like the top brand of downhill bike, but it's not Bel Air. It's something like, I can't remember, but
Dan Ortiz made a point here. Tweakers ruin bikes for me. They're ruining bikes in my state too, because you can't.
What state?
His state. My state, South Carolina, you need a license to have an electric bike now.
I've never rode one, but I want to try it.
No, it's like they go no faster than 30 miles an hour, but you need to go through a safety course. Like the same motorcycle safety course. Like, I'm talking I could be on a Hayabusa.
Oh.
It makes no sense.
That YouTube series, they get these pro bikers that have these $20,000 bikes, and they put them on a Walmart bike and take them down like a triple diamond downhill track.
Hell
and
yeah.
They destroy the fucking thing. Destroy it. Like on the first jump, they taco the fucking rim. It's just done for. That Chinese bullshit, man. These fucking Chinamen have fucked shit up. And I know that might sound a little racist, but fuck those guys.
Christopher Measles says, just have Joe Biden teach you how to ride a bike. He's an expert, right?
You know, he felt like he had fucking like what are those bike the bike clip the pedal clips?
Pedal clips.
He felt like that.
His right foot got hung up on the clip. His left foot came out great, and then his right foot didn't come out, and he went. He had no agility. He had no agility at all.
Why did you let that old man put clips on? That's fucked up.
I think they're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, no shit. They try to assassinate the president with fucking clips. That's how you do it, though. That's how everybody falls.
That's what they're trying to do.
The Secret Service tried to get rid of the president. That is the narrative here.
No, they're gonna try and make it look like a natural cause or something like that. Like nothing like, oh, he had a heart attack in the middle of the night. Like, oh, he's just riding a bike. He fell over, cracked the skull open.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how you do it, man, because if anybody knows anything about fucking pedal clips, if you don't know how to get out of them fast, you're fucked. You're eating shit every single time. And
like them.
That's a way to kill. I don't want to say that live on the air, but that's one way to take a guy named Joe out. You know what I'm saying?
Justin Brooks in the YouTube chat says, I wonder how many bikes they ruined in the Jackass series.
The Jackass.
Jackass.
I don't know. Probably a bunch. Probably a fuck ton. They'll be fucking each other up on bikes. Dude.
Some big wheels suck, man.
That's a bullshit. Imagine that as a Pruder film. Oh, God, that's terrible.
Oh, God.
Like, that's... like, Jesus Christ. The CIA spent fucking... They spent fucking 12 years trying how to fucking do it again.
And all you got to do is put him on a fucking bike, push him down a hill, and he's gone.
That's it, dude. Fuck you, Joe. Peace out.
Hey, Jay Grady, I think we're going to get out of here.
Yes,
because I did not mean to fucking take up all your time. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally okay, but I'm really worried about Pookie's bladder.
Oh, yeah, go shit.
So you know what's cool about this is because I've got like 10 pages of stories for next week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Guys, I'll talk to y'all later, and I'll get with you about scheduling.
Yes, do that.
Hit me up sometime, my man. I ain't heard from you in a while, man.
I've texted you 2,500 times.
Are you sent SMS?
Comma motherfucker.
I got an iPhone.
Yeah, you said SMS. Hit me up on Discord like a normal human being, man.
Okay. All right. See y'all later.
Thank you, Jay Reddy. Thanks, man. Dude, it was really great. Great hearing from you, man.
Likewise, bro.
All right. Well, we're definitely not going to get into the next stories, but I would like to invite you to pay attention to our other shows. We have shows on Mondays and Tuesdays. On Mondays is the Monday edition. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior with CQ and Radar until he branches off and does a Wednesday show. It's not launched yet, but it's coming. Thursdays is Sergeant's Time with Ice and Spanky, and then Fridays is Friday Night Freedom with us. Yes, we love you. And we're out, man. Thank you all for hanging out, man. Great crowd for running late. So this is awesome. Thank you all very much.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
My friend came to the door. She said, well, I was on the phone cooking me and my baby some breakfast. And she said, hey, something wrong, it's popping. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, no. So the girl come downstairs. She come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF. This is WTF Nation Radio.